Westview Warrior basketball is streaming live on the World Wide Web at laguanamedia.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following gold sponsors. Shipshe Service, located south of US 20 on State Road 5 in Shipshewana. By Height Auto Body on US 20 West in LaGrange. By Tiffany's Restaurant, located on East Lake Street in Topeka. Also by Jerry's Standard Service in downtown Middlebury. And by Laguana Printing and the Hometown Treasure. This evening's game is also brought to you by the following silver sponsors. The Fast Lane Subway in Topeka. By Emma Warehouse in downtown Emma. Also by Frontline Auto Tech on Taylor Drive in Shipshewana. By Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka. By the Steve Miller Team at Remax Realty Marketing. By Mike's Automotive Service on Lehman Avenue in Topeka. By Intera Credit Union, with locations in Shipshewana and Topeka. Also by Rieksecker Marketplace in Shipshewana. By the Brethren Retreat at Shipshewana Lake. By Dale's Handyman Service. By Troyer's Saddlery on North Village Drive in Shipshewana. By Warehouse Designs, located between Shipshewana and LaGrange on US 20. Also by Quality Floor, just 3.5 miles north of Topeka on County Road 600 West. By Yoder's Shipshewana Hardware, located in Yoder's Shopping Center in Shipshewana. Weaver Furniture Sales, located just south of the intersection of State Road 5 and US 20 in Shipshewana. Our halftime trivia contest and pizza giveaway is made possible by Emma Cafe. And our individual sponsors are Bud and Margaret Fink, John and Leslie Cook, Jim and Liz Stump. And now, out to the game with Jerry Hostetler and Dan Byler.
Tip is controlled by Westview. He almost has it stripped away. He's in the paint. He'll force it up and score, and he's fouled. Brody Jancy, the defensive specialist for the Anderson and one of the 6'3" senior Cody Litweiler. 6'1" junior Andrew Yoder. Rebound loose on the floor, and we have a tie up underneath. Have upset the Northridge Raiders here tonight. Exciting Westview Warrior basketball on the World Wide Web at laguana.com. Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to exciting Westview Warrior basketball on the World Wide Web at laguanamedia.com. This is Jerry Hostetler along with Jamie Miller filling in tonight for Dan Byler, as Dan has been relegated to running a camera tonight as we're trying to fill that position. So Jamie is joining me again tonight from Westview, as it'll be the Westview Warriors and the Churubusco Eagles going at it in the first Northeast Corner Conference matchup for either one of these teams this year. Both teams have a 1-1 record coming into tonight's play. Churubusco with a victory over Adams Central in their first game, 53-50. and they were defeated by Fort Wayne 64-51 last week. While the Westview Warriors defeated Bethany in their first game, and they were defeated by Northridge last Saturday night. So they come in 1-1 also. I'll be back to talk to head coach Rob Yoder of the Westview Warriors right after this. This is Westview Warrior Basketball at LaguanaMedia.com.
Dale's Dependable Handyman Service provides handyman repairs and remodeling to the surrounding LaGrange County area, including Goshen, Middlebury, Albion, Kendallville, and Angola. If you're looking to update your kitchen before the Christmas holiday, sometimes it's as simple as changing countertops and adding tile and glass backsplash. It can make your kitchen look brand new. Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, providing quality installation with quality materials. Call Dale at 260-336-9364.
We're back at Westview High School with head basketball coach of the Westview Warriors, Rob Yoder. And Rob, before we talk about the upcoming conference game tonight with Churubusco, let's go back to that Northridge game last week. Tough test for your young kids out there. They ran into some physicality, I guess you call it, with Northridge. What was your assessment of that Northridge game?
Well, I think obviously early in the season and a team that's learning how to play together, and so we're going to take both good and some things that we need to work on from that game. I think that probably the things that we would say that were really solid was the fact that we scored the ball pretty well. We shot a high percentage on the road against a pretty good team, and so we did some things well. We didn't turn the ball over. We did some pretty good things. Now, when we got in foul trouble, Elijah and Cody especially, we didn't play very well there in the second quarter. So foul trouble no doubt hurt us. And our inability to really contain and stop one-on-one penetration hurt us. And part of that is Northridge is really good at it, and their players are good at it. And part of it is probably that we didn't defend as well as we need to. And certainly foul trouble didn't help that. Once you do get in foul trouble, it's really hard. It makes it tough to defend like you want to. So we got to be better defending one-on-one. We can't get in foul trouble so much. And then when our primary ball handler, Elijah, is out, or we have a combination of Elijah and somebody in foul trouble, we got to play better as a group. But some good things, some things to definitely get better at. And we're looking forward to try to go through our season and continue to get better. And hopefully we see improvement in those areas tonight.
Northridge started out in a man, and then they switched to that 2-3 zone. Is that something the kids didn't quite make an adjustment to right off the bat, or is it something that you had to talk to them about at halftime?
I don't know that I would say that either one of those defenses necessarily hurt us more than the other. I think that, like we said, that second quarter with foul trouble and some guys on the bench, we got behind about 8 points. And then from that point on, it stayed about 8. And, we cut into that lead. I think we had a shot in the third quarter to take the lead and another shot maybe down 3 in the fourth quarter. But we could never get over the hump. Now, if we could have played even when we had the lead in that second quarter, if we could have played even from that point with those guys on the bench, maybe played a little better in that stretch, well, then those spurts that we had were for 5-point leads instead of to get down by 2 or 3. So I just think we need to play better through all phases for longer stretches of time. And our young kids are learning, and we're going to have to rely on really good senior leadership, and then we need to give our young guys a little bit of chance to experience some things out there and play against kids that are a little bit older, a little bit faster. But I just think that they're a good group. They're good kids. They work really hard. They're trying hard to do the right thing. They want to do good. And I think they're kind of fun to watch because they are offensively, they are kind of skilled, and they're kind of fun to watch. So I think that they're going to get there. We just got to keep plugging along and getting better.
They're still very young, no doubt. Switching our attention now to the game coming up tonight with Churubusco. Of course, it's a Northeast Corner Conference matchup. You look at the roster this year, they've lost some talent off that team that they had last year. What do you look for from Churubusco tonight?
Well, I think that Barkley will be the one guy that maybe is more of a post first and perimeter second guy, even though he can play on the perimeter. I just think he's really good in the post and off the dribble, straight line drive all the way to the rim, that type of stuff. I think he's a proven scorer in that capacity. And then they're going to play a lot of guys that are on the perimeter. They'll all shoot it and they'll all drive it. And so we're facing a team that is kind of perimeter oriented with one guy that might have a tendency to play a little more in the post. So I think they're going to be physically strong. They're all about they're around that 6'1" range, a little under, a little over, right there. So they're going to present problems for us, no doubt, and we're going to have to play well.
What do you look for them defensively? Zone or man-to-man or little of both?
I would suspect that they will play man-to-man and switch everything. And so not only do they normally switch screens, but they switch movement. And so that instance where guys pass each other, or cutters pass each other, sometimes there's switch there. And so hopefully maybe we can get some looks when those switches take place. If there's any confusion at all, we'll have to do a good job of false screening and slipping screens and cutting, and probably do more of that stuff and less screening than we normally would.
Okay, at least last game you were missing Lucas. The two Yoders are out. Drake. What's the update on those two guys?
Drake continues to be out. Lucas will be back, although he's been a little gimpy at times this week during practice. So he might not be 100%, but he can play. And then we got Norman suffered a concussion on Monday, and so Norman will be out tonight. And so it's disappointing. Obviously, Norman has played really well up to this point and gives us senior leadership. So he actually feels good now. He feels good enough to play, but the protocol for that stuff is 4 days after symptoms go away. So he's on about whatever today is, day 3 or something, since symptoms have went away. So we'll get him back soon, but we won't get him back tonight.
Are you going to rotate anybody up from the JV to replace Norman?
No, I think that Jansen is going to slide in there and start. And then as far as perimeter defending and a helper at a ball handling position, Josh would have to fill that role. So we'll start a little bit bigger lineup today, realizing that they are primarily a guard-oriented team. But most of our players are really guard tendencies too. But Jansen will start in that spot.
One more thing, Cody Collier's done a fantastic job of scoring. Did you expect that much scoring from him to be the team's leading scorer at this point?
Well, I think that he has certainly shown flashes of brilliance as he's come up through. And to say that a year ago right now I would think that he's going to score the ball like he has so far, I would probably say no. But there was certainly that possibility that he could really become effective. I just think he is kind of blossoming in the fact that he kind of understands what he wants to do and how we want to do things, and he's obviously talented and skilled. And then I think that we need to give credit also to his teammates. Elijah is a tremendous point guard that delivers the ball on time and on target and understands how to help teammates score. And then I think that our balance, the ability to score in multiple positions this year kind of helps alleviate a lot of focus where one guy just gets 2 or 3 guys running at him all the time. So he's done a tremendous job, and he's a great kid. We're happy for him. And his teammates deserve credit, too, for helping him score, because when you score the ball, it's not just the guy that's shooting it that's scoring. That's a team that's scoring, and there's a lot that goes into it other than the guy that finally touches it before it goes through the net. One
more thing, and I'll let you go. A conference game tonight. Who do you look for to be strong in the conference this year?
Well, like all years, I would say that we look for everybody to be strong, and that we're just going to try to improve our own team, realize that everybody has the same goal, and everybody, right now hasn't lost very many, so everybody feels pretty good about themselves. And so we know that every game for us is going to be a dogfight this year. There's just no doubt about that. We got to fight and scrap for everything we get, and probably not very good at making predictions about who's going to win the conference, so I'm just going to avoid it altogether and say we're going to try to play the best we can, and we're going to concentrate on that.
Okay, go get that first conference game tonight, Rob. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was Rob Yoder, head basketball coach of Westview. We'll be back with more from Westview High School in this opening game of the 2015-16 campaign right after this. This is Westview Warrior basketball on the World Wide Web at LaguanaMedia.com.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana has been serving the Michiana area for over 25 years. At Weaver Furniture Sales, you'll find a large selection of mattresses, recliners, grandfather clocks, and much more. And during the Christmas holiday season, you'll find many pieces specially marked. Pick a piece off of the showroom floor or have it custom made. At Weaver Furniture Sales, just south of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana. Serving Michiana families for over 25 years. Weaver Furniture Sales, a proud supporter of Westview basketball.
And we're back at Westview High School. Jerry Hostetler with Jamie Miller here tonight as we get set for Westview Warrior basketball. The Westview Warriors hosting the Churubusco Eagles in their opener for the 2015-16 season. And Jamie, you look down at Churubusco has returned to their locker room now, but when they get back out on the court, you look down at that team and there's a lot of different faces, especially in their starting lineup from last year.
Yeah, there certainly is. Losing 5 starters from last year. That's the great thing about high school sports. There's always somebody ready to take their place, and gives the fans a chance to get to know some new people, but takes the coach a little time to adjust and a little time to get the most out of them, but we'll see what we got tonight.
Well, we're back home after the loss to Northridge last Saturday night. We saw that they were a bigger, physical, more experienced team than our team was. But the way I feel about it, we're going to mature as the season progresses, and these kids are going to become more game savvy and so on. I mean, we're so young this year that there's a lot of potential down there. But
yeah, there really is. And, Rob's going to tell us about the youth, and everybody knows about the youth, but he's not going to give that as an excuse, and he's not going to emphasize that to the players. And I was watching a practice for about 20 minutes this week, and there wasn't any let up. Let's just put it that way. We were really focusing on the attention to details and blocking out and being physical or running good offensive sets. And you would have thought they were a senior-dominated team because he's not making any excuses and he's not letting them get away with poor play. So
that's his coaching style, and it's paid off pretty well for the Warriors so far. We'll be back with more from Westview right after this.
The Hometown Treasure has been covering the Topeka, Shipshewana communities and the Westview schools for over 14 years. Keep up to date on area and school activities. The Hometown Treasure is a monthly publication published by LaGuana Printing, featuring full-color photos and news from all 6 schools in the Westview school system. Also, articles written by local writers, as well as games and contests for children and adults alike. Pick up our latest issue on newsstands, or check us out on Facebook, or visit our website at thehometowntreasure.com.
Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka is your authorized Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Topeka Do It Best has been selling appliances and providing service to the Topeka area for over 40 years. See JJ for your appliance parts. If they're not in stock, no problem. Topeka Do It Best will have them the next business day. Topeka Do It Best Hardware provides in-store repairs, and they make house calls. If it's worth doing, do it best. Call 593-2973.
At Mike's Automotive Service on Lehman Avenue in Topeka, you'll find a talented staff of mechanics to help you with all of your automotive repair needs. Brett, Adam, and Ryan are all ready to tackle your repairs on all makes and models of cars and light-duty trucks. Everything from a simple oil change and service to brakes and suspension and much more. Mike's also offers 24-hour towing service. Call or stop by Mike's Automotive in Topeka, 260-593-0434. For after-hour emergencies, call 260-350-2224.
All right, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Starting at one guard for Churubusco will be Garrett Simmons, a 6'2 senior. At the other guard position will be a forward, Drew Buffenbarger, a 6'3 senior. Starting at the other guard position will be Dakota Barkley, a 6'3 junior. Starting at another forward position will be Landon Pence, a 5'10 sophomore. And starting at center for Michael McBride's Churubusco Eagles will be Braden Simmons, a 6'2 sophomore. And now for our Westview Warriors. We'll introduce them as they come out. First out of the huddle is Elijah Hales, a 6'2 freshman averaging 10.5 points per ball game after the first 2 games. At the other guard position will be Jansen Brandenberger, another freshman, a 6'2", and he has averaged 3 in the first 2 ball games for the Warriors. One of the forward positions will be the team's second leading scorer, Cody Collier, a 6'3 freshman averaging 19 points per game. And starting at the other forward position will be the team's leading scorer, Andrew Yoder, 6'3 senior averaging 23 points per game. And starting at center tonight for Westview will be Nick Rensberger, a 6'4 freshman averaging 3 points per game. So we're just about ready for the tip-off for tonight's game. Good to have you aboard. Jerry Hostetler with Jamie Miller bringing you the action from Westview High School. You can hear Dan whistling in the background for the first time this year. The Warriors, as you can see, are dressed in their home white uniforms with gold numbers and red trim, and the Churubusco Eagles in their black road uniforms with Busco on the front, gold letters and numerals with white trim. And here we go. Tip is controlled by the Warriors. Jansen Brandenberger grabs it and gives it off to Elijah Hales. Brandenberger to Andrew Yoder. Now out front to Rensberger. To get it to Andrew Yoder now. He'll drive it to the free throw line, put it up, and hits.
He's starting right or left off the other night.
Good start. Josh Hauk with a basketball. He'll go right side in the corner to Dakota Barkley. Back out front now to go to Buffenbarger. Left side to Hauk. And we have a whistle, and a foul's going to be called on Brandenberger as Hauk tried to drive it down to the baseline.
One thing we'll try to do tonight is try to limit the fouls a little bit, as Coach was talking about in his pregame. That's big to keep our starters out there.
Less than a minute in, Brandenberger commits a foul. And inside the paint there was Dakota Barkley on the feed from underneath the basket, and Dakota hits it, so we're all tied up at 2. Andrew Yoder. That's Rensberger, right side to Hales, back to Rensberger. Left side to Collier, loses a handle momentarily, gets it back. Now Andrew Yoder. Hales, good move inside the lane. He'll get it back out front to Andrew Yoder. To Rensberger. Collier now back to Hales. Hales on the wing left side, pulls it back out front to Brandenberger. He'll put it on the floor, takes it to the free throw line. Between the circles now, and the pass to Hales. Hales, right side goes to Collier. Back to Hales out front. Bounce passes it to Andrew Yoder. Back to Hales, wide open on the right side. He misses a shot, but Andrew Yoder with the offensive board. Inside to Collier, and he puts it up in the end.
Good patience that time. Ended up with a great shot.
Quickly back the other way. Garrett Simmons drives it to the hoop. He picks up or draws a foul. And he'll be going to the charity stripe, shooting 2. And that foul will go against Brandenberger again.
Yeah, 2 quick ones for him, and that was because our transition defense there was very poor. We got there late, and we had to bail each other out, and the teammate now has 2 fouls because of it.
And we saw a little bit of that over at Northridge, too. It's something that'll come.
Yeah, this is a little, this Churubusco team has a lot of new faces, but they're experienced, and they know to take the ball down the floor, and we didn't get back in time.
Simmons misses his free throw. Andrew Yoder will bring it all the way down, put it up just off the front of the rim, no good, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Westview. It'll be Busco basketball. Inbounding will be Drew Buffenbarger. He'll get it into Garrett Simmons. Simmons crosses the timeline, looks right side, comes back left with it to Buffenbarger. He bounce passes it Left to the wing to Hauk. Now back out front, it'll come to Pence. Pence in the lane on the pass to Barkley. He'll put it up off the glass and good.
That was a set play they ran that time, and they had multiple options off of that, and they executed it really well.
Barkley with all 4 of his team's points. Westview with the ball now. We're all tied up at 4. 5 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the ball game. And if you hadn't noticed, we do have the time clock now as a part of our broadcast. Thank you, Mr. Justin Geigley, for getting that set up for us. Hales with the basketball on the left wing, between the circles to Andrew Yoder, back left side to Hales. Now to Collier, inside Hales, makes a move on the baseline, gets caught too far underneath, gives it to Yoder, and Andrew hits his second field goal.
Sorry to interrupt there.
That's
Churubusco's switching everything, and so it's almost like playing a zone.
Well, that's what Rob Yoder expected. Collier, reverse layup, puts it up and good on the steal. Cody with half of his team's 8 points. 8-4 now. The Warriors have built a 4-point lead. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. On the baseline, good move by Barkley, and he shoots it out to Simmons, and he hits a 3.
Yeah, our help side defense that time got sucked down too far and didn't maintain where they're supposed to be and left them open for a 3.
That pulls Busco back within 1 now. Andrew Yoder to Collier. Right side, Collier's three-pointer. Off the mark, no good. Ball picked up underneath by Drew Buffenbarger. He'll get it into the hands of Dakota Barkley, and now Garrett Simmons. Simmons goes left side to Hauk. Bounce pass high post right side to Barkley. Barkley tries to make the move on Rensberger, and he reaches in and picks up the foul.
Little reach in there by Nick, and that's the little cheapies you try to avoid during a game. Just move your feet, keep your hands back.
Landon Pence will inbound for the Eagles underneath their own basket off to the right. Bounce pass underneath to no one. I think Garrett Simmons cut one way and wasn't anticipated.
That looked like a quarterback and a wide receiver running the wrong play.
Yeah, really. So back come the Warriors, and a chance to lengthen their lead a little bit. Slimmest of margins right now, 8-7. Hales on the wing left side. He'll pull it out front now in the dribble. Bounce passes it left side to Collier, right back to Hales between the circles. He'll go left side to Rensberger. He'll hand it off to Andrew Yoder, and Andrew will swing it back out front. Busco in a, what are they, in a man?
They're in a man, but they're not really following their man. They're switching everything, and so it looks more like a zone. And
Andrew Yoder pops another one from 2-point land. It's 10-7 now. Andrew with 6.
The openings are there. We're working the ball. We're being really patient. We're getting great shots.
Buffenbarger, fall away jumpers off the mark short, but is chased down by Garrett Simmons. Simmons cross courts the pass, left side to Barkley. Barkley is called for traveling as he drives the baseline.
Nice closeout that time by Nick for a big guy. Racing across from about half the court to close out on that shot and make him put it on the ground, and it caused a turnover. I know they work on that drill all the time in practice, getting low and not being out of control on those closeouts.
My feeling is Rensberger is going to be more involved in the offense as the season progresses. What about you?
Yeah, I would agree. He's hustling. He's taking up a lot of space in there, and that's going to come. He's just doing the dirty work right now.
Right. And a turnover on the Warriors as Andrew Yoder drove the baseline but stepped out of bounds underneath the Westview basket, so Busco has it back. Dalston Duff is checked into the ball game now for Busco. Ball knocked away by Rensberger, but Busco gets it back as it got kicked out. Drew Buffenbarger gets it to Duff. He'll drive. Now they go to Foote, who's come in, and he backs behind the three-point line, puts it up no good, and rebound. We have a jump ball. A good block that time by Andrew Yoder.
Yeah, somebody completely missed a block out on that one, and we're fortunate to get a jump ball out of it.
So it's going to be Busco ball on the alternating possession. Inbounding will be Josh Hauk. He bounce passes it underneath to Barkley. Barkley will put it up off the glass and good. They list Barkley at 6'3". Yeah, I guess he doesn't seem that tall, but he works well underneath.
Yeah, he's a really strong player. Yep.
10-9, 1-point ball game. Hales puts up a three, and it goes over the backboard. Hit the strap coming down from the standard here, and went over the backboard.
Yep. He can hit that shot. I think we've shown a little more patience in our other offensive possessions, and you can always get that shot against this defense. So I hope it hits the next one, but maybe we can get a little bit better one.
Warriors still up by 1, 10-9, a minute and 50 to go in the first quarter. Luke Foote, he'll get it over to Duff. Duff's three-pointer off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Elijah Hales. He'll drive it all the way down, coast to coast, and he puts it up off the glass and good.
You can tell these kids really excel in transition. They're just skilled, and the faster they play, the better they thrive, and it showed up right there.
It is going to be a blast watching these kids as they progress this year. Barkley, cross course it to Simmons. That's Garrett Simmons. He'll put up a left-handed runner, and he misses. Hales gets it. Good pass up court. Shot is up by Lucas Yoder. He misses. And it's pulled down by Busco. Garrett Simmons once again with the basketball. He'll get it to Dalston Duff. And now we have another travel call against Dakota Barkley.
Yeah, I think Barkley got a piece of that layup that Lucas had on the other end. And he's just long enough that he was able to avoid the contact and get the block. But a little too anxious on the other end.
Nobody hurt as Busco couldn't score, and they ended up turning it over, so the Warriors have a chance to stretch out their three-point lead here a little bit. Rensberger gets it to Collier out front to Andrew Yoder. Yoder to Lucas Yoder. Now right side it'll come to Cody Collier. Inside to Hales, who had posted up in there. He'll get it to Andrew Yoder from the corner left side. He misses a shot, tipped out. Now we have a breakaway layup for Garrett Simmons. He'll put it up too hard off the glass. Cody Collier was a little intimidating there as he was coming up behind him. And I think it threw him off. Andrew Yoder's shot spins out. And we have a foul. It's going to be called on Westview over the back.
I think that was on Nick. His second.
Number 2 on Nick Rensberger. So we have two with 2 fouls now, Brandenburger and Rensberger.
I think that shows, we hate to keep bringing it up, but that's inexperience there. Both of his fouls this quarter have been fouls that could have been pretty easily avoided. And it's aggression, but you got to know when to hold back.
Right. And that's stuff that'll come.
Yep.
As they get more experience on the varsity level.
Yep.
Buffenbarger chases down the loose ball. He'll drive around Andrew Yoder and force it up off the glass and good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play here at Westview High School and the opener for the season. The Warriors are up 12-11. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. This is Westview Warrior basketball at LaguanaMedia.com.
Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka is a proud supporter of Westview basketball. Tiffany's on East Lake Street in Topeka features weekly specials, including all-you-can-eat fish on Wednesday evening, their delicious baby back ribs on Thursday night, and on Friday night, enjoy their mouth-watering prime rib. On Friday and Saturday evenings, stop in and enjoy Tiffany's Buffet. If you can't dine in, carry-out is always available at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 593-2988. Dale's Dependable Handyman Service provides handyman repairs and remodeling to the surrounding LaGrange County area, including Goshen, Middlebury, Albion, Kendallville, and Angola. If you're looking to update your kitchen before the Christmas holiday, sometimes it's as simple as changing countertops and adding tile and glass backsplash. It can make your kitchen look brand new. Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, providing quality installation with quality materials. Call Dale at 260-336-9364.
And we're back ready to start the second quarter of play. Westview inbounding. Andrew Yoder gets it into Hales. Hales will be whistled for. No, he won't.
There's a hand check on 20.
Yep. Landon Pence picks up the foul. That'll be his first. Cody Collier looking to get it in, and he's having trouble. He'll get it into Andrew Yoder now. Andrew directing traffic. He'll go right side to Lucas Yoder, right side to Collier. Inside, Josh Hostetler has come into the ball game now. Hales out front, bounce passes it to Josh. Now to Collier. He'll put up a 15-footer, a little off the mark, and good offensive board by Josh Hostetler. To Andrew Yoder. He'll go right side to Hales. On the baseline now to Josh. Out front it'll come to Lucas. Warriors continue to move that ball well.
Yeah, they really do.
Collier with a little jumper off the right side. No good. And it's pulled down by Barkley. Busco with the ball, trailing by 1. With the ball is Hauk. Back out front now to Barkley. He'll go right side to Simmons. Simmons drives the baseline, twirls, puts it up left-handed, and it doesn't go. Rebound Collier for Westview. He'll get it to Elijah Hales. Inside pass to Andrew Yoder. He'll put up the fall-away jumper, and it looked like it was partially blocked. And Churubusco comes up with the basketball.
Really two evenly matched teams out there, Jerry. They're kind of feeling each other out, and Busco looks like they've played together quite a bit. They're winging the ball around and know where everybody is.
Yeah, it is very similar basketball, and it's reflected on the score also, 12-11, just a one-point ball game.
Yeah, they're really attacking us inside. I know coach's main concern was number 12, Barkley, and that's proven to be prophetic because he's skilled inside, outside, and we're having a hard time staying out of foul trouble around him.
Shot by Barkley is good. He has 7 of his team's 12 points now, and we're all tied up at a dozen.
It's pretty basketball to watch all the passes, but it does take the crowd out of the game a little bit. So.
Yeah, it does. Kind of quiet here tonight.
Yep.
Second shot off the back of the iron, no good. Andrew Yoder pulled down the rebound. Hales with the ball now. Back to Andrew out front. He'll get it to Rensberger. He'll swing it around the perimeter. Josh Hostetler to Andrew. Back to Rensberger left side. Rensberger. Now he gets a pass back from Andrew. Now to Collier. And a long three-pointer is good for Cody Collier.
And they've really been sagging off of us. And if we can hit a couple of those, I think it'll open up driving lanes for us.
Landon Pence with the basketball. He's being guarded by Elijah Hales. Pence puts it on the floor once, picks up his dribble. Now he has nowhere to go, and he'll hand it off as he gets help from Buffenbarger. He'll force it up off the baseline. No good. Saved in bounds, but not quite. Garrett Simmons had his foot out of bounds, so they'll come back the other way with the basketball.
You know, even though they lost 5 starters, a couple of the guys that are starting had been previous starters, but had knee injuries, and that's why you see a lot of knee braces out there. But you can tell they got some experience.
Oh yeah, a lot of these guys, I recognize their names from last year down at Busco.
Oh yeah.
Hales in the corner left side. Well, and some of them have brothers. I think Barkley had a brother that played last year too.
Okay.
He was a senior that graduated. Hales coming across the lane was, that was Brandenburger who put it in on the reverse layup. Good feed. 17-12, the Warrior lead. Back out to 5 now after being tied at 12. Josh out front now. They'll get it down in the lane to Barkley. He'll go left side to Pence. His shot's off the mark. Chased down by Josh Hostetler. Outlet pass to Hales. Hales crosses the timeline on a behind the back dribble. He drives down the lane, puts it up, hits off the front of the rim, but he's fouled and he'll go to the lane. Or the line, rather, shooting two, and that kind of got the crowd into it a little bit.
Yeah, that was some entertainment right there. Good dribbling exhibition there by Elijah, and he's tall and long, but he knows how to keep the ball low, and you can do that. You can do a lot of things with it. So. Yeah,
this kid's going to be great player before he leaves Westview.
Yeah, he sees the floor so well. He's completely unselfish, and he can handle the ball, and that's what you want in a point guard. And I think the teammates look up to him and respect him also as a leader, even at his age.
He sinks both of those free throws. I know he's been struggling at the line the first 2 games of the season, but those he looked pretty comfortable on. Long three-pointer, no good by Buffenbarger. Rensberger with a rebound. He hands off to Hales. Baseball pass up to Josh Osteller. He pops a quick one off the right side. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westview. It'll be Busco ball.
That was really a pretty good shot. I know Coach always, if you're going to play, you're usually capable of hitting a 15-footer. And if we can get an open 15-footer off one pass, he'll take it.
Yeah,
so just rimmed out.
Josh didn't have anyone within 6 feet of him, I don't think, when he took that shot.
Yeah, that was
good
a good
selection.
shot.
Yep. Josh out, cross courts it to Buffenbarger. He tries to drive the baseline. Cody Collier deflects it and can't quite be saved in bounds. But a good hustle by Collier and also Josh Ostetler trying to save that ball from going out.
Yeah, Josh has come in and give us a lot of nice hustle plays. He saved the ball a few times, and he's really flying around out there.
It's Jeremiah's brother, and they both love the game of basketball. Barclay takes it down on the baseline. He's double teamed. Now we have a reach-in foul is going to be called. I think Cody Collier picked that up, but we'll see.
Yeah. So
You're
Westview's
right.
freshman team taking on the NECC.
Yeah, we were reminded by engineer Justin Brandenberger that there are 5 freshmen on the court right now. We got Jansen Brandenberger, Hales, Josh Ostetler, Cody Collier, and Nick Rensberger. Duff with the ball now for Churubusco. To go left side to Luke Foote. Foote takes it down on the baseline, puts it up and misses. Rebound Hales. 3.5 minutes to go in the half. Westview leading at 19. I thought that was going in. 19-12. Collier's shot was an air ball. Simmons brings it down. He'll put it up. No good on the layup and loose on the floor, and he chases it down and grabs it. Simmons, that is. Long three is off the mark by Hauk, and Hales comes up with the ball. He'll drive it, give it off to Josh Osteller. Good job on the running layup to the basket off the right side.
Yeah, Churubusco wanted to charge that time, but their guy set up too low, and they didn't give it to him that time.
And we have an offensive foul now called on Garrett Simmons on the other side of the court.
It looks like both teams have kind of loosened up a little bit, and they said, you know, the heck with all this passing, let's just shoot. So
yeah,
speeding up a little bit.
Yeah, the last few minutes here, it's been that way. It's more like a track meet down there.
Yeah, and I think that favors us. I think we have more offensive skill out there than they do. And just looking at their shots they're taking, Churubusco, they're not quite as consistent with their form. And so I think we have an advantage here if we can keep getting good shots.
Hales looking over at head coach Rob Yoder. They're going to take some time off the clock here and set things up. Hales between the circles. Josh Ostetler cuts through the lane. Lob it into Rensberger, and he's fouled from behind.
Yeah, that's a play we run frequently against a zone defense, and they're not technically in a zone, but essentially that's what their movements are, and so that worked.
Yeah, that time it almost looked like they were set in a 2-3 zone, but yeah, they rotate so much that it's switch. It's hard to tell. Rensberger's free toss is no good. He'll get another.
I think he's trying to maybe not force feed it, but trying to get Rensberger involved a little bit, get him some confidence. And if you can count on a guy down low getting some shots for you, that really opens up other things.
I really like Nick's size. Good size inside for us. Listed at 6'4". I think he's got to be close to 6'5". Did that second one go in then?
Yes.
It's one out of the two. 22-12. Westview with their biggest lead of the evening, 10. 2:20 to go in the first half. With the ball is Simmons. He'll drive it into the paint, dish it off left side, and the shot is in the air, no good. I don't have a 22 on my score sheet. but he is playing. Trying to think who hasn't been in. It might be maybe Colin Mullins. I haven't seen him in.
Yeah, they don't even have a 22 on the JV team. So.
Wow. Mystery man down there. Looks pretty good size, so maybe it is Mullins. We'll call him Mullins till we find out differently. And a lob inside to Collier. Oh, just a little bit short. But Josh Osfeller there to clean up the garbage, and he puts it in. Right place at the right time. Simmons, and we have an offensive foul again on Simmons. So we get the official word from Justin that Derek Boyer is his name, the number 22.
So a 6'3" senior. So you were saying he was pretty good sized, and he is.
24-12, Westview by 12. Minute and 25 to go in the first quarter. Elijah Hales in the center circle. He'll go left side with it to Andrew Yoder. Westview spreading it out here a little bit. You think we'll go for the last shot here?
I'm not sure. This is an offense we like to run that kind of gives us an advantage with our skill. And if we see an opening, we'll take it. Sometimes they'll say, let's get like a 75% shot. If you have a 75% chance of making it like that right there, you take it. Which would usually mean a contested layup or similar.
And we got Nick Rensberger involved. I like to see that. First 2-point basket for Nick tonight. 26-12. To the ball, Buffenbarger. He'll cross court it to Duff. In the corner, right side to Hauk. Hauk with the basketball again. Half a minute now to go in the first half.
Important here for Nick not to pick up his third foul just before halftime.
And he laid off a little bit on that three-point attempt by Hauk. No good. Rebound Hales quickly up court. We're going to get another bucket. And we do. Andrew Yoder on the breakaway. Wow, that's impressive.
I think they were expecting us to take the last shot, and we surprised them.
5 seconds to go in the first half. Now we have a injured, or I think a contact maybe came out of Josh Hauk. Looks like he's holding it in his right hand and must have taken a poke in the eye.
We've done a good job on him. I know he was one of their leaders coming back. He didn't average a lot last year, but they were counting on him, and he hasn't scored yet.
No, he hasn't. Shut out so far. Buffenbarger gets it into Simmons. He'll try to get a shot off, and he does, and he scores. Good job by Garrett Simmons.
I think we were just trying to avoid getting a foul right there, but our help side didn't slide over in time, and we got a fairly easy shot.
The Warriors have the Eagles doubled up at halftime. At halftime, it's Westview 28 and Churubusco 14. And it's time to give away a pizza from the Emma Cafe in downtown Emma. And tonight's trivia question is when was the last time that Westview won the semi-state? So text your answer to Dan's cell phone, 260-463-6505. So when was the last time the Westview boys varsity won the semi-state? And we'll be back after this. This is Westview Warrior basketball at LaguanaMedia.com.
The holiday season is here, and Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana has specially marked prices during the Christmas season. The Weavers will work with you to find a piece that meets your needs and still keep you within your budget. Pick a piece off their showroom floor or have it custom built just for you. Quality craftsmanship, reasonable prices, and down-home service. Find them all at Weaver Furniture Sales, located just south of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana. Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka is your authorized Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Topeka Do It Best has been selling appliances and providing service to the Topeka area for over 40 years. See JJ for your appliance parts. If they're not in stock, no problem. Topeka Do It Best will have them the next business day. Topeka Do It Best Hardware provides in-store repairs, and they make house calls. If it's worth doing, do it best. Call 593-2973.
At Mike's Automotive Service on Lehman Avenue in Topeka, you'll find a talented staff of mechanics to help you with all of your automotive repair needs. Brett, Adam, and Ryan are all ready to tackle your repairs on all makes and models of cars and light-duty trucks. Everything from a simple oil change and service to brakes and suspension and much more. Mike's also offers 24-hour towing service. Call or stop by Mike's Automotive in Topeka, 260-593-0434. For after-hour emergencies, call 260-350-2224.
Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka is a proud supporter of Westview basketball. Tiffany's on East Lake Street in Topeka features weekly specials, including all-you-can-eat fish on Wednesday evening, their delicious baby back ribs on Thursday night, and on Friday night, enjoy their mouth-watering prime rib. On Friday and Saturday evenings, stop in and enjoy Tiffany's Buffet. If you can't dine in, carry-out is always available at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 593-2988.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back at Westview High School. It's halftime in this Northeast Corner Conference game. The Westview Warriors leading the Churubusco Eagles by a score of 28-14. Let's take a look at the scoring. First of all, for the leaders, the Westview Warriors, they are led in scoring by Andrew Yoder, who is their leading scorer on the year so far. Andrew came in with a 23-point per game average, and he has hit 4 regular field goals for his 8 points here tonight. And right behind Andrew is a young freshman Cody Collier, who has 7 points on 2 field goals, regular field goals I should say, and 1 3-point field goal. Also in the book for the Warriors after that first half was Elijah Hales, 6'2" freshman, averaging 10.5 points per game. He has scored 4, 2 of those coming from the free throw line and 2 of those coming from the field. Josh Hostetler came in off the bench in that second quarter and canned a couple of field goals as well. And Josh has 4 points going into the second half. And rounding out the scoring for the Warriors were 2 more freshmen. Nick Rensberger hit a free throw and a field goal for his 3 points. And Jansen Brandenberger made a field goal, as Jansen ended up starting tonight's game in the absence of Norman Miller, who suffered a concussion in practice earlier this week, and concussion protocol called for him to sit out another couple days. So Norman will be back definitely for that Northwood game next Thursday night. And it's still a little bit up in the air as far as Drake Yoder is concerned. Of course, Lucas made his appearance tonight after missing the Northridge game after suffering an injury in the Bethany game in the first game of the year. So that's a look at the scoring for the Warriors. They put 12 points on the board in the first quarter and then racked up another 14 points. No, that'd be 16 points in the second quarter for their 28 points. Now let's take a look at Churubusco's scores for that first half. Just 3 different players scored, and those were Dakota Barkley, a 6'3" junior. He had 3 regular field goals and a free throw for 7 points. Garrett Simmons, 6'2" senior, had a 3-point shot and also a regular field goal for 5. And Drew Buffenbarger rounded out the scoring for the Eagles in that first half with a field goal for 2 points. So our score at halftime, once again, Westview 28 and Churubusco 14. We'll be back with more from Westview High School right after this. This is Westview Warrior Basketball on the World Wide Web at LaguanaMedia.com.
Dale's dependable handyman service provides handyman repairs and remodeling to the surrounding LaGrange County area, including Goshen, Middlebury, Albion, Kendallville, and Angola. If you're looking to update your kitchen before the Christmas holiday, sometimes it's as simple as changing countertops and adding tile and glass backsplash. It can make your kitchen look brand new. Dale's dependable handyman service, providing quality installation with quality materials. Call Dale at 260-336-9364.
The Hometown Treasure has been covering the Topeka, Shipshewana communities and the Westview schools for over 14 years. Keep up to date on area and school activities. The Hometown Treasure is a monthly publication published by Laguana Printing, featuring full-color photos and news from all 6 schools in the Westview school system. Also, articles written by local writers, as well as games and contests for children and adults alike. Pick up our latest issue on newsstands, or check us out on Facebook, or visit our website at thehometown.treasure.com.
Both teams back out on the hardwood as we get set for second half action here tonight. First half, Jamie, as you mentioned, I think it was maybe early in the second quarter, seemed to be 2 evenly matched teams out there tonight, but the Warriors kind of pulled away there towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things to do when you're adjusting to varsity is knowing what a good shot is and how to get one. And I think the difference midway through that quarter is we kept getting really good shots, and I think Churubusco started forcing them. They're getting frustrated. They're not getting easy shots, and they shot a lot of threes and didn't make them, and they're down 14. I think, was that layup before halftime their only field goal of that quarter?
They had
3 points.
They had 3 points, so they hit a free throw at some point.
Yeah, but only field goal. So great defense that quarter, and they, a senior and junior dominated team got frustrated, whereas a young team didn't. And the score shows it.
Well, and I think maybe you even alluded to this too, that our guys seemed to relax, and maybe Busco did to a certain extent, but they really started to play back and forth basketball there in that second quarter.
Yeah, and I think the difference is we got 4 or 5 guys out there that have skill to dribble, shoot, drive, and they have not as many. And so it showed itself.
Well, and you think of when you compare last year's team with this year's team, we basically were trying to get it down the court and get it into Chandler, and this year, we've got. Not that we didn't have a lot, more scores last year so much, but really Chandler was our main cog, the big guy inside.
Yeah, with the offense that Rob runs, and he's run the same offense for, the first year we didn't so much, but last 10 or 11 years, the more skilled guys you have out there, the better it runs. And it's hard to do it if you don't have the ability to drive from at least 4 positions. And I'm not sure we had that last year, but we do this year, and they're good sized, and so some of those rebound putbacks are easier than if you're 5'9", when you're 6'3". So all those things are working together, and we'll come out and see what we got.
Here we go for the second half now. Busco will inbound at midcourt, and they'll bring it in. Simmons with the ball. They'll spin it inside to Barkley. He'll put it up and score, and he's fouled. Warriors come out with 4 freshmen and a senior. Andrew Yoder, the lone senior. We've got Rensberger and Collier, Brandenberger, and Hales, the original starting lineup for the Warriors, and it looks like the original starters also for Busco out there.
Yeah, it looks like they got back to basics there, went inside to where they started having success.
Barkley does miss the free throw. Warriors have it back. Inside pass to Brandenberger, gets right back to Hales. Now to Andrew for 3, a little bit short, and it's chased down by Josh Hauk. Hauk will get it into the hands of Barkley. Barkley goes left side. Buffenbarger fakes the 3, gives off to Hauk. Down the corner, it'll go back to Barkley. Barkley tries to drive the baseline. We have a whistle, and a foul's going to be called on Collier. I didn't see it, but
Yeah, it was a little
ticky-tack foul.
ticky-tack, yeah, but that's his third already. He's just picked 2 up in 34 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think he was very happy about that foul, and Coach, I don't think is either as far as that goes.
Doesn't look like he was.
Buffenbarger bounce passes it right side to Barkley. He'll drive it down to the baseline and bank it in off the glass from there. 28-18, 10-point lead for the Warriors. Hales gives it to Yoder. Warriors, if you're listening and not watching, the Warriors are working to the basket to our left, which would be the east basket here at Westview in this second half. Josh Ostetler out front to Brandenburger. Out of Rensberger to Hales, left side to Andrew Yoder. They'll swing it around the perimeter. Play catch there. Good patience again. Inside the lane, he'll get it to Rensberger from Andrew Yoder, and Rensberger spins it in off the glass.
He really knows how to use his body to protect the ball there.
And you can tell Nick's building some confidence too. A turnover on Churubusco on a travel. Andrew Yoder inbounding right in front of the Busco bench. Go left side on the baseline to Brandenburger. Back to Yoder, out front it'll come to Hales. Hales goes right side to Brandenburger, right back to Elijah. Rensberger. Quick shot off the baseline by Yoder, didn't get squared up, misses a shot, and we have a rebound and a foul now is going to be called on Westview. Was that Josh Ostetler or was that Andrew picking up the frustration
like they call
foul?
Andrew, I think.
Yeah, kind of a frustration foul, I think there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just missed a short shot and trying to make up for it there, but.
Tried to take the quick shot. He didn't really get squared to the basket, but you know, usually from that range you can get away with something like that.
Right, you don't have to be perfectly square to knock those down.
Buffenbarger gets it to Barkley. Barkley will put it up off the glass this time too hard. Rensberger grabs the rebound, but he's fouled from behind.
Same there with number 12. I already forgot his name. You've only called it about 40 times.
Barkley.
Barkley missed a short shot, got a foul. Similar to what Andrew did.
Right,
on the other end.
Yep, very common. Hales drives it into the lane and pulls it back out to the free throw line and pops it from there and hits. 6 now for Elijah, 32-18. The Warriors lead it, and we have a foul inside the lane. That's going to be against Westview. And it'll be Brandenburger picking up his third foul.
It looks like the refs have come out this half and they're determined to call it close because I don't know if I've seen a foul yet this half.
That's what I was wondering. They are. They're not letting the game get out of hand, that's for sure. Long three by Pence goes. That's his first points of this ball game. And we're just about 2 minutes in, or actually 3 minutes into the third quarter. Long shot by Josh Ostetler off the right side's no good. Pulled down by Garrett Simmons. He'll take it all the way down, put it up, have it partially blocked. Rensberger comes up with it. Fast break in progress. Hales gets tripped from behind. Yes, they will call the foul. I think there was only one official that saw that. But it was definitely a trip.
Yeah, one official and about 1,500 other fans. His strides are about 10 feet long, so
yeah,
a lot of ground.
Andrew Yoder gets it inside to Brandenburger, now to Josh Ostetler, out front to Hales. Inside the lane, Andrew Yoder drives it to the hoop, a little bit short on the shot. Josh Ostetler puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound, misses it again. Now we have a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Busco.
Great hustle down there by the young guys. They're just flying around and they're trying hard. That's all you can ask.
They're hustling, no doubt. 32-21, Westview up by 11. 4:48 to go in the third quarter. Hales inbounding. He'll get it into Ostetler to Yoder. Andrew drives, puts it up, got it.
That was a tough little floater, in between floater there, but he was due.
Andrew Yoder with 10. Leads his team in that category. 34-21 now. Josh Hout gets it out front to Pence. Pence will go right side to Buffenbarger, drives it into the paint, puts it up too hard off the glass, and it's rebounded by Andrew Yoder. Back come the Warriors. Andrew drives it into the lane. He'll put it up again on the runner and got it.
Great job by Andrew. He was looking to pass there, but his man never stopped the ball, so he just kept going and got a little 5-footer.
Does it now for Andrew. Came in with an average of 23, and we have timeout, 30-second timeout on the court called by Busco. We'll be back after this. This is Westview Warrior basketball at LaguanaMedia.com.
Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka is your authorized Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Topeka Do-It-Best has been selling appliances and providing service to the Topeka area for over 40 years. See JJ for your appliance parts. If they're not in stock, no problem. Topeka Do-It-Best will have them the next business day. Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware provides in-store repairs, and they make house calls. If it's worth doing, do it best. Call 593-2973.
Second three of the quarter by Pence, who was held scoreless in the first half. Shot by Yoder's no good, but he puts back his rebound and got it. So Andrew scored, our last 6 points?
And all within 5 feet.
Yeah. Foul underneath. I think Nick Rensberger might have picked that up underneath the Busco basket. And it's a two-shot foul coming for Garrett Simmons.
Well, Coach has got to love our offense right now. We're getting easy shots. We're taking great shots. But our defense, we're getting a little slow on our rotations. And they're getting some easy ones, too.
Defense, of course, I think it's everybody's, well, not maybe Adam Christer or somebody like that, but least favorite thing on the court, right? I mean, that was always my sticking point when I played basketball. I love playing offense, but
yeah,
block somebody out, gee.
It's amazing what kind of nagging little injuries you have when you're on defense. And then when your team gets the ball, you suddenly have a burst of energy.
Simmons' shot is good again. He hits both free throws.
Well, good defense requires being physical, and that's maybe one area where we're just a little bit behind at this stage. And so it takes concentration and good footwork, and we're close, but we have a few lapses now and then.
Yeah, and I think that's what we ran into at Northridge especially. Inside, Brandenburger has it knocked away. He'll pick it back up and get it out of trouble to Andrew Yoder. To Hales. Left side will come to Jeremiah Hostetler, who's in the ball game. So the two brothers are in there, Josh and Jeremiah. Jeremiah, the shorter of the two, but he's also he's older. He's a sophomore, and Josh a freshman. Long three by Andrew Yoder is good. His first three tonight to go along with 7 regular field goals. So Andrew has 17 already.
Yeah, Andrew has to love playing with this group. They all move the ball. They open up lanes for anybody to be open.
Barclay, left wide open underneath was Derek Boyer. He misses the bunny. And back come the Warriors. Hales puts it up. Good off the glass, and he's fouled.
I don't think I'd like to try to guard Elijah one-on-one on the fast break. He's going about 6 directions at once, and you don't know which way it's going to end up.
It's just hard to conceive what he's going to be like when he's a senior if he can make those kind of moves.
Yeah,
get up and down the court like that as a freshman. Yeah. Shots up by Hales and good.
You can tell he's really worked on his shot. He's honed it just in the few weeks we've seen him. It's not quite as arced, and it's more consistent.
I think, the same thing for the free throw line, unless we're up higher tonight.
That could be. It just doesn't look as high.
It didn't look like he had that arc on his free throws that he did at Northridge and Bethany. Josh Hostetler drives it down the baseline. We have a charging foul is going to be called on Josh. He misses the shot.
Yeah, that's one thing that I know they teach him to come to a jump stop there and go straight up. And he was kind of floating, and that's what happens. Even if you make the shot, you're going to get the charge.
44-26. 2:12 to go in the ball game. In the third quarter. Rushing it a little bit here.
Churubusco might be hoping there's only 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yeah, the JV game, that was pretty much a blowout. I should have written down that score. I normally do, and I get kind of lazy because Dan usually has the scoring and stats and all that stuff, and so I don't.
I think it was like 36-17.
Yeah, it wasn't a close ball game by any means.
Yeah.
Now we have a foul again on Josh Hostetler, this time underneath the Busco basket.
Yeah, he tried to take a charge there, but he didn't have the right position, and that was a good call.
That will send Buffenbarger to the line.
Sounds like our student body woke up.
Yeah, they're in the game now. Buffenbarger completes cans the free throw. 44-29 now. Now we have a whistle. And it's going to be a foul on Busco as Hales took it to the hoop.
These refs are getting plenty of practice on the block charge call right now.
They are, aren't
It's like 4 straight possessions, I think.
Yeah. Minute 45 to go in the third quarter.
I think Elijah really surprises some people with his speed.
Oh, yeah.
He just takes the ball and just goes by you.
And he hits his free throw. He's hit 4 tonight. 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He'll get one more. Second shot up off the back of the rim, this time no good. And the rebound's pulled down by Drew Buffenbarger. He'll get it to Dalston Duff. Now to Simmons. Simmons gets it out of trouble out front to Buffenbarger. Into the hands of Hauk. Hauk left side to Simmons. Garrett Simmons holds, now puts it on the hardwood. Tries to drive on Jeremiah, puts it up, no good. And it to go in the third quarter. Westview with a commanding 45-29 lead. And their pursuit of their first win and their first outing in the Northeast Corner Conference. Hales, double team, gets it out of trouble to Andrew Yoder. He'll drive it to the top of the perimeter and then give off to Hales. Hales to Jeremiah Hostetler, now to Andrew Yoder. Half a minute now to go in the third. Jeremiah now high in the right corner, gives off to Andrew Yoder. 45-29, the Warriors with a nice, comfortable lead here.
Really a luxury to run an offense like this when you got multiple players that can handle the ball.
Hales goes one-on-one with Pence and puts it up. No good off the back of the iron. 2 seconds, 1 second, and time will expire before a shot is off. And we've played 3 quarters now from Westview in the opener of the 2015-16 season, and it's all Westview. 45-29 over Churubusco. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter of this ball game right after this. This is Westview Warrior basketball on the World Wide Web at LaGuanamedia.com.
At Mike's Automotive Service on Lehman Avenue in Topeka, you'll find a talented staff of mechanics to help you with all of your automotive repair needs. Brett, Adam, and Ryan are all ready to tackle your repairs on all makes and models of cars and light-duty trucks. Everything from a simple oil change and service to brakes and suspension and much more. Mike's also offers 24-hour towing service. Call or stop by Mike's Automotive in Topeka, 260-593-0434. For after-hour emergencies, call 260-350-2224.
Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka is a proud supporter of Westview basketball. Tiffany's on East Lake Street in Topeka features weekly specials, including all-you-can-eat fish on Wednesday evening, their delicious baby back ribs on Thursday night, and on Friday night, enjoy their mouth-watering prime rib. On Friday and Saturday evenings, stop in and enjoy Tiffany's Buffet. If you can't dine in, carry-out is always available at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 593-2988.
And we're back. Westview inbounding to begin the third quarter. Rensberger with it, high post right side. He'll give off to Hales. Hales in the corner. Back out front to Collier. They'll swing it around to Andrew. Yoder has it deflected away and picked up by Busco. With the ball is Simmons. Simmons will go out front with it to Buffenbarger. He drives it into the paint, puts it up off the glass. He misses, but he's fouled. And I think it was before he took the shot. So
yeah, I think that was Jansen. Another hand check foul. I think about 80% of the fouls tonight have been that variety. So they must be emphasizing that again this year. They seem to for the first 5-6 games of the year, and
then they get over it.
They get tired of calling it.
Yeah.
And coaches complain enough, and so they revert back to not calling it.
Yeah, they're fresh out of their meetings, and
yes, right.
They tend to forget it as the season wears on. Buffenbarger hits his first free throw. He'll get one more. 15-point lead for Westview, 45-30 in the early going of this fourth quarter. No good on the second. Andrew Yoder pulls down the rebound. He'll give off to Hales. Jerry Hostetler with Jamie Miller tonight from Westview. Good news for the Warrior fans. Westview with a 15-point lead over Busco. Rensberger, Hales. Back to Rensberger. Looks right side. He'll come left with it on the dribble and then get it to Andrew Yoder out front. Now to Elijah Hales, to Rensberger, who hands it right back to Hales. About a minute in now to the fourth quarter.
Looks like they're starting to extend their defense just a little bit since they're down 15 and need to kind of press the action a little. It should lead to some easy shots.
Well, he had one there, he missed, but tipped back up and in by Rensberger. 7 now for Nick. That's his biggest output of the year. He had 6 against Bethany. Simmons, he'll get it to Foot now inside. The ball knocked out of bounds. Actually, it was lost off the fingertips of Drew Buffenbarger and out of bounds for the turnover.
One thing our defensive scheme really emphasizes is help side defense from certain positions, and we try to stop that drive outside the lane. And Busco's driving into it repeatedly, and we've stopped them much more than we haven't. So another turnover because of it.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Westview will retain possession. And they'll be inbounding right in front of Bud Hostetler. Sitting in the first row of the bleachers. Inside pass to Andrew Yoder. Spin around. Jumper's no good. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westview. It'll be Busco ball.
Yeah, Bud always has some good advice for the referees over there.
I'm sure he does.
Encouragement for the players. So.
There you go.
True Westview fan.
And he's had that seat for a long time.
Since it's been there, probably.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think where he sat in the old gym. Drove a lot of buses to ball games over his career. Hales, another great drive to the basket and puts it in.
From up here, it's easy to see, but that defense parted pretty readily that time.
It did. Looked like the Red Sea. Hales with 12 now. Shot missed by Busco, and back come the Warriors. Good feed underneath by Elijah into Cody Collier, and he puts in the easy shot.
Yeah, I think the frustration for Busco is showing. They've lost their focus, and they're giving us whatever we want right now.
Yep, they're feeding us. Shot is up and no good by Buffenbarger. Again, loose on the floor. They didn't even know it was down there. Picked up by Duff. Duff will put it up, miss. Andrew Yoder pulls it down off the iron. He'll give to Collier. Collier get off the baseline left side. He banks it in off the glass. Cody now with 11.
It's looking a little bit like Bethany right now, where we're just getting layups every time. That's what you want. Can't ask for more than that.
Good defense by the Warriors. Rensberger came in on the help side. Knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
Last touch by Westview. It'll be Busco ball. Go ahead, Jamie.
Well, the thing we're getting is the middle guy there slides over, and then you got to have a top guy that slides down to get that backside pass, and that's what we're doing really well right now. and Busco can't find a way to score.
Fake off the baseline right side was Simmons, and he puts it in off the glass on the inbound pass. 53-32, Westview up by 21. Hales to Rensberger, bounce pass inside to Collier, who tried to post up, and it's stolen from behind by Dalston Duff. And we have a whistle on a reach in. Another ticky-tack foul.
Yeah, and Rob just looked at him and raised his hands and said, why?
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly what keeps you out of the game.
Fourth on Cody. 4:43 to go in the ball game. Westview will be back in action next Thursday. Kind of an odd night for a high school basketball game, but Northwood traditionally plays a lot of their games, I think, on Thursday night, or at least our game.
Yeah, we've always played that game. Well, I don't know about always, but in recent history, we've played that on Thursday, and then Central Noble on
Saturday.
That Saturday.
Yes.
So I think it's to meet those certain requirements that girls have to have a certain amount of night games
That's
on
true.
Friday nights, and so that's why we've moved that one anyhow.
Barkley hits his first free throw. He'll get one more. That puts him into double figures with 10 points. 20-point lead for the Warriors, 53-33, and Rensberger and Garrett Simmons were getting into a little slap fest down there. Barkley hits his second. Hales, he'll give it to Yoder, Andrew Yoder. Collier, inside Rensberger, quick turnaround shot. Maybe a little bit too quick that time. He misses his shot underneath. Duff tries to get it across the lane on the pass to Hauk, and it goes off his hand and out of bounds.
One thing we have out there is we have every player we've put in tonight is really competitive. And, you know, they miss a layup or do something they should be successful at and aren't, they're upset with themselves.
Yeah. Hales gets it to Andrew Yoder. Left side to Hales. Being guarded by Luke Foote, 5'11" junior. Josh Ostetler now right side. He'll pull it back out front on the pass to Hales. 3 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Westview leads at 53-34. Andrew Yoder, right side pass to Hales. He'll put up the jumper. There again, he had the arch that time.
Yeah, that almost hit that black strap there before it came down.
But you're right, he's kind of gotten away from that most of his shots tonight. Shot by Busco's no good. Rebound by Dalston Duff and has it blocked, and Westview comes up with the basketball. Hales bounce passes it right side in the corner to Collier to Hales. Now back out front to Andrew Yoder. I'll spread it out front a little bit. Hales to Collier, nearing the 3-minute mark to go in this ball game. Ball deflected, but Andrew Yoder reaches over and grabs it.
Yeah, we're certainly in no hurry to shoot here. We're just kind of toying with them until we get the shot we want.
Collier to Hales, way out front. He penetrates and gives off to Collier. He'll go right side on the bounce pass to Andrew Yoder. He'll drive it down the lane. He had the shot, but it was deflected, goes out of bounds. They're going to give it to Westview.
Yeah, I thought they might have called it off his knee, but evidently they...
That's what it looked like from up here, but the angle, our angle wasn't quite optimum here. Hales looking to inbound. Bounce passes it into Rensberger, loses a handle, so he'll get it out of trouble to Hales. Inside pass to Andrew Yoder inside that lane, and he'll get it out of trouble to Hales. Now to Collier. Collier stops up top of the key, left side on the bounce pass to Yoder. Now to Rensberger. Collier bounce passes it to Hales. 2:25 now to go in the ball game. Westview 53 and Busco 34. Rensberger, strong move to the basket on the baseline, and he misses a shot, but he's fouled pretty hard from behind.
Now that was a foul.
Yeah, that was an obvious foul. Yeah, that was probably the most obvious of this half.
We heard that one up here with
Yeah, we
headphones
could.
on.
Rensberger hits his free throw. He has 8 now. Lucas Yoder back in. Cody Collier will come out for the Warriors.
Well, it's a really good sign. you know, Cody has played not as many minutes tonight, and I think he would have had 11 points maybe. But we have many other guys that have chipped in and have several at or near double figures.
One of those is Rensberger with 9 now. And the other one, Hales with 12. He has the basketball. Lucas Yoder, good to see him back in the lineup tonight.
I think it was just Tuesday or Wednesday I saw him. He was limping around and could barely practice, so he's...
Now Nick Rensberger has 11, so that puts him into double digits for the first time in his varsity career. 57-34. Long three-pointer from the right side's way off the mark. And Elijah Hales with a rebound behind the back dribble. Another behind the back dribble.
The Westview Globetrotters.
There you
Here
go.
in town. Now, whenever you see a guy like that can handle it in every situation, you just know he's worked on his craft for hours, and it's
second nature to him.
Yep.
Lucas Yoder throws it up. Saw a lot of that last year. Well, not that traveling. I guess he got called for traveling there, took an extra step, but seemed like every time we looked up when we were watching that JV team last year, Lucas was going to the basket.
Yeah, I've watched him. He's in my son's grade, so we've watched him since 4th grade, and he's always had a knack of getting to the basket.
Yep.
He just knows how to use his body very well. And
he's not tall, but he's muscular, and he
Yeah.
can get his way in there. Josh Osteller picks the pocket of the Busco player there, and Hales picks it up, puts it up off the glass with his left hand, and good.
Wow, that's a tough shot with your left hand. That's a lot of skill there.
This is Elijah's best game of his varsity career. Shot is up and good on the three-pointer. Barkley with his first three-pointer of the evening. 33 seconds to go in the ball game. 59-37 is our score. Hales control. Go ahead.
No, that's just, I'm impressed. You know, with this lead, it's easy to let down and get sloppy, and we really haven't. We're still taking good shots, taking care of the ball, playing good defense.
Yeah, good crisp passes. No lazy passes out there at all. Good ball movement. And now Busco's walking toward their bench with 5 seconds to go in the ball game. And Andrew Yoder will watch the clock tick, and the Westview Warriors back on the winning track as they defeat the Churubusco Eagles here tonight by a score of 59-37 in the first home game of the season for the Westview Warriors. We'll be back to take a look at scoring right after this. This is Westview Warrior basketball on the World Wide Web at LaguanaMedia.com.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana has been serving the Michiana area for over 25 years. At Weaver Furniture Sales, you'll find a large selection of mattresses, recliners, grandfather clocks, and much more. And during the Christmas holiday season, you'll find many pieces specially marked. Pick a piece off of the showroom floor or have it custom made. At Weaver Furniture Sales, just south of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana. Serving Michiana families for over 25 years. Weaver Furniture Sales, a proud supporter of Westview basketball.
And we're back at Westview High School. Jerry Hussettler with Jamie Miller here tonight as the Westview Warriors defeat the Churubusco Eagles by a score of 59-37. Let's take a look at game scoring. First of all, for the winners tonight, the Westview Warriors were led in the scoring department once again tonight by their leading scorer in the season, Andrew Yoder, and their only senior. Andrew finished up with 17 points on a three-pointer and 7 regular field goals. Also in the book for the Warriors tonight, second leading scorer was Elijah Hales with 14 points. Elijah came in with a 10.5 point per game average. Elijah had 10 from the field and 4 from the free throw line. Also scoring, Cody Collier had another good game offensively tonight with 11 points. 8 of those coming from 2-point range and 1 3-pointer to go with those 2-pointers. Josh Ostetler came in off the bench for 4 points, all coming in the first half. And Nick Rensberger had his best output on offense of the season so far, as he canned 11 points tonight, 4 of those from the field and 3 from the free throw line. And let's see who I missed. I missed Brandenburger. Jansen Brandenburger had 2 points, that coming early in the ball game, as I recall. So that rounds out the scoring for the Warriors. For the Churubusco Eagles, their scoring was done mainly by Dakota Barkley, the 6'3" junior, as he had 14 points from the field, or total here tonight. 11 of those coming from the field and 3 from the free throw line. Landon Pence had 2 3-pointers in the second half for 6 points. And rounding out their scoring were Garrett Simmons with 9 points on a 3-pointer and 2 regular field goals and 2 free throws. And Drew Buffenbarger had 4 points. Buffenbarger had a field goal and 2 free throws. So, Jamie, it was good to see the Warriors get back on the winning side after taking the defeat last week at Northridge, even though that was a pretty close ball game, and I thought the young guys played really well on the road.
They did. Tough place to play historically, and today was a good kind of an in-between game between what we had in our first and second games. This was a team that was more better than Bethany and gave us a good test for a while, but we just have a freedom out there and a skill level that just comes through.
Right.
And I thought we improved in a lot of areas tonight. Our defensive rotations were better, and our rebounding was better. And I don't know, we didn't have very many turnovers, and so that's always a bonus when you can take care of the ball.
And you think about how many times that ball changed hands tonight on our passes. You always are opening up chances for turnovers there, I guess. And of course, getting up and down the court too, like we did tonight. We had some nice fast breaks. Pretty impressive performance. Definitely the best so far this year.
Yeah,
I mean, it was hard to judge that Bethany game. There again, I don't want to, discredit Bethany, but they are a rebuilding program, and so it wasn't much of a test there. But tonight, we played really well. And another thing we gained tonight was confidence.
I think you're right. I think Elijah took a step forward tonight, and really showed off some of his ball handling and some of his skill around the basket and hitting some pull-up jumpers, which that's a tough skill. Not a lot of people have, a pull-up 10 or 15 footer, and I just think nobody out there really cares who gets the credit and who scores. And Andrew's got to love playing with multiple ball handlers.
He's going to miss these guys next year.
It opens up the floor for him to do what he does best, and he's doing a great job at that and leading these guys. And it's just it looks like a good they have good chemistry so far.
Oh, definitely.
And we'll need that on Thursday.
And it was good to see Nick Rensberger come up with 11 points here tonight. He looked a lot more comfortable down there under the basket, too.
I agree, and I think it just seems like the team just can't wait to get him the ball because they know he puts in a lot of the dirty work and sets good screens and sets them up, and they appreciate that, and they like to reward him with allowing him to score.
So a good ball game for the Warriors tonight. We'll be back here at Westview next Thursday evening as we mentioned earlier, the Northwood Panthers will come to town. That should be a pretty tough ball game for the Warriors again.
Yeah, I know they have some. They have a lot of experience at guard. Braxton Linville is still there. That Dacron Fox, I think he had 25 points and 20 rebounds the other night against St. Joe, and I mean he's built like a NFL linebacker, so that'll be an interesting blockout situation right there.
I saw the highlights last week on the news, and I thought that guy is going to be something to contend with, I tell you.
Yeah, so they'll have the outside game going with ball handling. They'll have an inside game, so we're going to have to play really well to win, but I don't think anything's beyond these guys. I don't think they're scared of anybody, and I think they'll come out firing, and we'll have Norman back, at least according to medical reports. Lucas should be better. And so we should have almost all hands on deck, and we'll give it a shot.
All right, that's going to do it for tonight from Westview High School. We're glad you could join us for our live video presentation of Westview Warrior basketball once again. Dan will be back next Thursday with me to bring you the ball game with the Northwood Panthers, and of course we'll have 2 ball games next week. The other one will be on the road down at Central Noble, so we hope if you can't make it out to the ball games that you can join us right here on LaguanaMedia.com. Thanks for joining us tonight. Once again, the final score, Westview wins them both here tonight. The JV was victorious in their first game tonight at Westview, and The Westview varsity defeats the Churubusco Eagles by a score of 59-37. Rob Yoder's Westview Warriors now go to 2-1 on the 2015-16 season. And Michael McBride in his 12th year at Churubusco goes to 1-2 on the season as they'll travel down to Columbia City next week to take on Columbia City. So that'll do it for tonight. I want to thank Dan for filling in behind the camera. Like I said, he'll be back behind the mic next Thursday night. And also Justin Geigley once again for taking care of turning the dials and getting us on the air here tonight. And Jamie, once again, thanks for stepping in for Dan and helping us out.
Yeah, glad to do it. Great to be here.
All right, for all those guys, this is Jerry Hostetler. Good night, everybody.
Tonight's streaming broadcast of Westview Warrior basketball at LaguanaMedia.com has been made possible by the following gold sponsors. Shipshe Service, located south of US 20 on State Road 5 in Shipshewana. By Height Auto Body on US 20 West in LaGrange. By Tiffany's Restaurant, located on East Lake Street in Topeka. Also by Jerry Standard Service in downtown Middlebury. And by Laguana Printing and the Hometown Treasure. This evening's game is also brought to you by the following silver sponsors. The Fast Lane Subway in Topeka. By Emma Warehouse in downtown Emma. Also by Frontline Auto Tech on Taylor Drive in Shipshewana. By Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in Topeka. By the Steve Miller Team at Remax Realty Marketing. By Mike's Automotive Service on Lehman Avenue in Topeka. By Intera Credit Union, with locations in Shipshewana and Topeka. Also by Riegsecker Marketplace in Shipshewana. By The Brethren Retreat at Shipshewana Lake. By Dale's Handyman Service. By Troyer's Saddlery on North Village Drive in Shipshewana. By Warehouse Designs, located between Shipshewana and LaGrange on US 20. Also by Quality Floor, just 3.5 miles north of Topeka on County Road 600 West. By Yoder's Shipshewana Hardware, located in Yoder's Shopping Center in Shipshewana. Weaver Furniture Sales, located just south of the intersection of State Road 5 and US 20 in Shipshewana. Our halftime trivia contest and pizza giveaway is made possible by Emma Cafe. And our individual sponsors are Bud and Margaret Fink, John and Leslie Cook, and Jim and Liz Stump. See the schedule on our website for our next streamcast of Westview Warrior basketball at LaguanaMedia.com.